Hey everyone, did you know about this massive update involving Anthropic's newer AI models? Claude Fable 5 and Claude Mythos 5. If not, stay with me until the end because this story has everything: government intervention, AI security, export restrictions, jailbreaks, and a huge comeback that could shape the future of artificial intelligence. So here is what happened. Anthropic has officially announced that Claude Fable 5 and Claude Mythos 5 are back online after an unexpected shutdown that lasted for weeks. But the reason behind it is what makes this story so fascinating. Let's rewind a bit. Anthropic launched both Fable 5 and Mythos 5 on June 9th. Even though they share the same underlying AI model, they were designed for a very different purpose. Fable 5 was released with extremely strong safety protection for general users, while Mythos 5 was only made available to a small group of trusted Project Glasswing partners working in a defensive cybersecurity. Then, on June 12th, everything changed. The US government imposed export control on both models. Why? Because researchers at Amazon discovered a way to bypass Fable 5's safety protections using a specifically crafted prompt. They managed to get the model to identify several software vulnerabilities, and in one case, it even generated code demonstrating how one of those vulnerabilities could potentially be exploited. Since the export order became effective immediately, Anthropic had no reliable way to verify users' nationalities in real time. Instead of risking violations, the company made the difficult decision to suspend access to both models for everyone inside and outside the United States. Fast forward to June 30th, and there is good news. The export restrictions have now been lifted, meaning Fable 5 is now returning globally starting July 1st across Claude Platform, Claude.ai, Claude Code, and Claude Cowork. Users on Pro, Max, Team, and selected enterprise plans can use Fable 5 for up to 50% of their weekly user limits until July 7th. After that, usage will switch to usage credits. Anthropic also says support for AWS, Google Cloud, and Microsoft Foundry will return as quickly as possible. Mythos 5 is also making its return, but only for approved US organization after receiving government approval on June 26th. Anthropic is continuing to work with regulators to expand access to more domestic and international Glasswing partners. Now, here is where things get really interesting. Anthropic did not simply restore access, they investigated exactly what happened. Their engineers tested multiple leading AI models and discovered something surprising. Models including Claude Opus 4.8, GPT 5.5, and Kimi K2.7 were all capable of identifying the same software vulnerabilities highlighted in Amazon's report. When it came to producing demonstration exploit code for that single vulnerability, every major model they tested, including Claude Haiku 4.5, Sonnet 4.6, Opus 4.6, 4.7, 4.8, GPT 5.4, 5.5, and Kimi K2.7, could generate similar results. According to Anthropic, this wasn't evidence that Fable 5 possessed unique offensive cybersecurity capabilities. Instead, it exposed what they describe as a borderline case inside their safety system, one involving routine defensive cybersecurity work that had already been blocked out of an abundance of caution. Even so, Anthropic reacted quickly. Working closely with the US government, they built an improved AI safety classifier specially designed to detect and block the exact jailbreak technique described in Amazon's report. If a request is now blocked, users are automatically notified and the request gets redirected to Claude Opus 4.8 instead. Anthropic says the new classifier blocks that specific jailbreak in more than 99% of cases. In the tiny percentage where information still gets through, it's intentionally limited and not detailed enough to meaningfully help a cyber attacker. However, there is a trade-off. The stronger protection also means more false positives. In other words, legitimate coding and debugging requests might sometimes get blocked accidentally. Anthropic says they will continue refining the system to better distinguish genuine developers from malicious users. To understand why this matters, let's talk about how this security actually works. Anthropic describes its approach as defense in depth. Instead of relying on one safeguard, they layer multiple protections together. Some systems train the model to refuse dangerous requests, others monitor conversation afterward to detect suspicious behavior. But one of the most important pieces is a network of AI classifiers. These similar AI systems constantly analyze requests during conversations. If they detect potentially dangerous cybersecurity tasks or harmful outputs, they stop the model from responding. Of course, classifiers aren't perfect. Sometimes they miss dangerous content, other times attackers discover clever prompt engineering tricks known as jailbreaks that bypass these protections. To compensate, Anthropic intentionally designed Fable 5 with a much larger safety margin than any previous release. That means even requests that appear mostly harmless may still get blocked if there is even a small chance they could be misused. Yes, this creates more frustrating false positive for developers, but Anthropic believes it's worth the trade-off to dramatically reduce the risk of dangerous misuse. The company also explained that not every jailbreak is equally dangerous. Some jailbreaks only unlock minor behaviors that remain inside the safety margin, others allow limited harmful action for specific scenarios. The most dangerous type is what's called a universal jailbreak, where attackers gain access to an entire range of harmful capabilities. Fortunately, Anthropic says no universal jailbreak has been discovered for Fable 5 so far, and expert researchers continue stress testing the model before attackers can find serious weaknesses. The company also believes that making AI completely immune to jailbreaks is probably impossible. Instead, the goal is to make successful attacks extremely difficult, expensive, and time-consuming while continuously updating defense as new techniques appears. But Anthropic isn't stopping there. One of the biggest announcements is that they are working with Amazon, Microsoft, Google, and other Glasswing partners to build the AI industry's first shared framework for evaluating jailbreak severity. Right now, every AI company judges jailbreaks differently, making it difficult for governments and developers to decide how serious a new discovery actually is. Their proposed framework scores jailbreaks using 4 factors. First, capability gain. How much more powerful the attack becomes compared to existing tools. Second, breadth of capability gain. How much different offensive tasks the same jailbreak unlocks. Third, ease of weaponization. How much effort it takes to someone to turn the jailbreak into a real-world cyber attack. And finally, discoverability. How easy it is for others to find and use jailbreak technique. For the most severe scenarios, especially those threatening critical infrastructure like banking systems or power grids, Anthropic says it will immediately deploy emergency mitigations while also launching a dedicated 24/7 monitoring team to track new jailbreak reports. They are also opening a new HackerOne bug bounty program, encouraging security researchers to responsibly disclose cybersecurity jailbreaks found in Fable 5. And perhaps the biggest long-term announcement is Anthropic's expanding partnership with the US government. Over the past 10 weeks, the company has worked closely with agencies including the Offices of the National Cyber Director, the Office of Science and Technology Policy, the Department of Commerce, the Department of Treasury, CAISI, and national security organizations. Going forward, Anthropic plans to provide designated government partners with early access to future frontier AI models before public release, so independent experts can evaluate both capabilities and safety protections. The company also promises rapid information sharing wherever major jailbreaks or misuse patterns are discovered, expanded joint AI security research, dedicated engineering teams supporting government evaluations, significant computing resources for testing, and collaboration toward a common voluntary security standard for frontier AI developers. Anthropic believes these efforts could eventually become the foundation for transparent global AI regulations that apply equally across every major frontier AI company. After weeks of uncertainty, Claude Fable 5 is officially back. Mythos 5 is gradually returning, stronger safeguards are now in place, and the AI industry may be entering a completely new era where governments and leading AI companies work together to secure the world's most powerful models. This isn't just another AI update, it could define how advanced artificial intelligence is developed, released, and protected for years to come. So, what do you think? Are stronger AI safety measures worth the occasional inconvenience for developers? Or do you think companies are becoming too restrictive? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this update, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss the biggest breakthroughs in technology. And as always, follow Patch Pulse for your daily dose of latest AI, cybersecurity, gadgets, startups, and everything happening in the world of tech. And I will catch you in the next one.